port to Ironforge. So here I am in Ironforge, which is kind of cool. People in the vanilla are way nicer than you get in a lot of the current MMOs, which is again sad. But here we are in Ironforge. So since I got a nice port from Dalaran here, I'm gonna get my flight path, and you can see the cool Ironforge forge. And I know a lot of people don't like the graphics in vanilla, and I've said it before, but I enjoy it. A lot of it, I will admit, graphic-wise, a lot of it is nostalgia, because it's just, I've been in these areas, I've done so many things in these areas, whether it was crafting or questing or meeting people for UBRS runs, so many different things, doing the Weapon Swift Trainer here with my my warriors. Just, there's a lot of good fun memories, so for sure there's a lot of nostalgia there. But I love Ironforge, and so that's all I have to say about that. Anyways, I'm gonna grab my flight path. I just thought it'd be fun to do a little bit of me getting my flight path here, and be very thankful that that a mage, it was a cute little gnome mage that gave me a nice free ride. Ooh, we all like our free rides, don't we? Oh, you little sexy gnome mage. Yeah, that was kind of scary. Okay, so we're gonna also try to grab our... I don't think that a priest has... I'm gonna adjust my microphone. I don't think that a priest really learns anything in Timberland Arms over here from the weapons trainer, but let's check it out. I've only got 1 gold and 14 silver. That's all I have. It's the only character I have in the server. The only reason I have this much is because some level 60 just rode by and I waved at her. That's a good tip for you vanilla players. If you see level 60s, buff them and wave at them, because she just opened up trade and gave me a gold for nothing. And that's just, that's pretty typical. Sometimes if you run into nice 60s, they probably have, 300 or 400 gold on them, or 200 gold, or even just 100 gold. But to them, a gold is nothing. But to me, man, it's it's gold, gleaming gold. Oh yes, my little nublets. Just like the darkest dungeon with a hint of gleaming gold, we will head out on our journey into the darkest dungeon. But let's see, I can't remember what quest we got. Lock mode. I'm not going to do lock mode. So I got the flight path. There was really no weapons, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump the tram to Stormwind. And I am level 12, so you know what? Since I'm level 12, and since I ended up going this way, I might as well just jump over and maybe into Westfall. I'm not sure how crowded it's going to be. It might be really bad. And just do the quests over Westfall. To be honest, I probably won't do that. We'll see. I don't really want to make the whole running trip. I don't have all the flight pass. Just trying to think. If I'm a Stormwind. Yeah. I'm still gonna have to make that trip over to the wetlands. I'm not used to getting ports to Ironforge. I'm trying to think. Stormwind. Map again. Stormwind. Really, the only way to get back to the Night Elf area is pretty much to go through the wetlands. So, I could go over and get these and do these like star requests in the human area. I don't think they're going to be worth a lot of experience at this level, though. I will get some reputation, though, which is never a bad thing. And I am, once I get to level 18, I mean, healing dead mines is a great way to get some level. And I do need to hit the weapons trainer anyway. I think it's daggers. Let me take a look. Currently, skills. Currently, I already know daggers. Daggers, maces, wands. I need to hit the auction house and try to buy a wand. I'll hit the trainer. I'm trying to think of a priest. What are the weapons? I think he's like a sword trainer. Honestly, maybe it's an axe. I honestly cannot remember. Let's turn the sound up. There's actually no sound in game right now, really, because I actually was playing a playlist, a song playlist of Lineage 2 music mixed with some WoW music mixed with some Black Desert music. I typically play vanilla with a mix of music that's from other MMOs, including World of Warcraft, which sometimes I'll go with different music that isn't game music, but usually I don't. Usually I like something that can let me just kind of get in the zone, get in the vegetative state that I need to be in to just kill mobs over and over again, endlessly. Because that's kind of how I like to level. I enjoy leveling by grinding. A lot of people don't, but I do. I find it very peaceful to stand in a really small place and just kill the same mob over and over again. Also, I enjoy getting a lot of loot. And if you kill mobs, you tend to get a lot of drops, green drops, and get a lot of loot, as opposed to doing quests. And if you plan it out right, because drinking water costs so much for casters in vanilla, if you only have one character like I do, there's different areas I like to grind that the mobs drop a lot of water. Starting with Thorn Valley is a great example of that, with the water elementals drop tons of water, and I mean I can get 100, 200 water, and it won't even take me that long, maybe just a couple hours. I usually do that when I'm around like level 33, I think. I wish I had a little horsey. Maybe if I take my clothes off and dance, someone will throw some money my way, but nah, I don't think I'm gonna do that. Faith has got too many morals to be stripping for cashola. Not that desperate yet. Look at the little Nomi. I wonder how far I can punt him. Alright, so this first order of business is the weapons trainer, I believe, is right here. So we'll hit the arsenal. Well, there's arsenal. We got this cool looking hunter right here, PPAP. Let's go ahead and buff them. And you can see that in Ironforge, we have quite a bit of people. This server is pretty busy. It's a good server, so I do /who. Right now it's online. We got 5,232 people. That's a really good amount. If we look at the class dispersion, there's only 3 priests. A lot. It's not usually. Paladin isn't the best in vanilla, so you don't usually see a lot of paladins. But people now play them because they're so bored of playing all the classes that are supposedly the great classes, which is priest, warrior, rogue. And mage is pretty solid too. And of course, hunter is so much fun. Hunter is a very fun class to play in vanilla because of the variety of pets and the variety of what you can do with a hunter. So that's, I mean, hunter was my main in vanilla. I absolutely love the hunter in vanilla. I love that the pets are so different and you have a lot of variety there. It makes playing them, very interesting. So let's take a look. This guy can't really teach me shit. I can't use a gun. I probably can't use a fist. I probably know, honestly, what I can. Yeah, I've been in Ironforge and I couldn't learn anything, so I guess this is all I can use. Which is probably true, is daggers and staves and maces. I guess two-hand mace. Is that in here? It just says daggers, maces, staves. So I'm assuming maces is two-hand maces as well. Okay, so it looks like we can't really do much else training-wise, which is kind of what I thought. Let's see if we can find a wand for cheap. Wand. Lesser magic wand. This is requires like 5. I don't usually like to go with that. That's a lot of money to pay for that. The greater ones are the ones I usually start off with. Level 13, I'm only 1 level off of that right now. They're a little bit higher in price than they were on the other server I was on. Probably because there's more people. This was going for around 23 silver on the other server. So the 46 silver is quite a bit. since I only have 1 in gold and 14 silver. Oh God, kill me now. Level 5 point. My staff hits pretty hard. 6.9. So. I'm trying to remember how difficult is it even to make a wand. Let's take a look. Currently, I can't make one. I do need a copper rod. Let's see if we can get a copper rod here. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 13 silver. That's about that guy. I can afford that. Puts me down to 1 gold and 1 silver. Okay, got the copper rod. Let us take a look at what we have here. Okay, we need some regions, some mats. I'm hoping the banks are linked, but I can't remember. Yeah, they are. So we've got 2 things that we can DE, and that's about it. But we can start crafting some cloth items and DEing those. That's why cloth is great with enchanting. So let's go ahead and pop up that. Make some of this. Oh man, I wasn't really anticipating being an Stormwind, but that port was kind of too good to pass up. Drink a little agua. Let's see. What can we make here? I want to try to make something that's... Right now we can't really make anything that's got magic, that's magical, that we can DE. So let's just keep trying to make cloth. So probably... yeah, I think I probably will just do some quests out in Westfall and see how it goes. I'm hoping it's not too crowded. We'll just have to see. Really, just grinding cloth is really important right now because I can get to where I can craft a lot of stuff that I can DE and get my magic up. Because if I can get my magic up as fast as possible, then obviously I can start enchanting my own gear. And enchants for this in vanilla WoW for my character is huge. I mean, getting some more intellect. I don't really care about stamina so much. I'm not really worried about taking damage in that regard. I would like to get more of a mana pool. The mana pools would be pretty important right now. Let's try what kind of crap am I going on here? Leather. Okay, this is here. These might as well although maybe I should just sell. You know, I'm gonna try selling that agility pants because I don't have much money, and I think that if I could get it even like maybe 20 silver for that, it probably is worth it. Of course, this is when having like Enchantrix it helps. So like, let's see, Enchantrix. Should have that. Let's take a look. Enchantrix helps because it'll show you kind of what you might get when you DE stuff, and then you can check on the cost of what those regions are worth. And give you an idea of is it worth it to try to sell something, or is it worth it to DE it and then sell the regions? You know, so you have 3 options: either sell the item as it is in the auction house, DE it and sell the mats, or just DE it and the mats are so good for since you're an enchanter, you keep the mats. So you kind of have those options. So let's take a look. We've got where is Enchantrix? Here it is. Dependency is disabled, so I need Stubby. It says. And enhanced tooltip. So I know Stubby's turned on, so I think we just need that. Okay, let's go back here and let's load Enchantrix. Okay, Enchantrix and /Enchantrix UI. And that's what we want to do. /Enchantrix load always. We always want this loaded. Okay. Now, so what we do is we look at this item, and you can see here you can buy it from the vendor, sell. That's crap. Ignore that. But it does disenchant you. Most of the time, we're only going to get strange dust at 1.5, which that is not a lot of strange dust. At 1.5. So. And then 20% chance lesser magic essence. So I'm guessing that most likely my best value would be to sell these But first, let's take a look and see how much does strange dust sell for. So you can see that 6 goes for, let's see what we're looking at here. We're looking at 8 silver each. About 8 silver each. So let's say 1.5 strange dust. That's only like, what, like 12 silver. So that's not a lot. I'm going to guess that this is probably already in the axe house already. Burnt leather, which is a pretty common drop. Burnt leather. And you can see this is going for very cheap. So actually it's so cheap. 7 silver. I'm going to buy this. Because to me, the mats for that is actually worth it. I think. I don't want to spend too much. I'll buy one. So, what I believe will tell us that these are so very much that disenchanting this item is my best option. And we're going to hope that we get 2 strange dust. And we get 2. So that is good. Now, there's a bug with enhanced tooltip that when you try to loot it, the window doesn't go away, but it actually does go into your inventory. I've noticed that's a problem with enhanced tooltip on this server, so don't really know what to do about that. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and DE this one. Left click, and the window doesn't go away, but I looted it. There was only 1, which kind of sucks. These are the type of things you have to think about, when you're an enchanter. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rune copper takes, this and this. So let's go ahead and make this. We're gonna enchant that. I'm not real concerned about leveling my enchanting just yet. I would rather have to worry about getting my cloth up quickly because because that can make items I can disenchant. So I want to really just gather a ton of cloth as much as I can, and use that to start crafting a lot of gear that I can disenchant. That's kind of, I think, where I'm going to be focusing my gameplay right at this moment. So then you think, where's a good place to get a lot of cloth? Well, the Dead Mines is fairly decent, but I'm not high enough level. It's also a very slow instance. You also get stuck with a lot of bad players and a lot of wipes, which is just no fun. So what I prefer to do is find mobs that I can kill that drop loot. Let's skip the flight path. That drop loot, that drop cloth. And so one of the good places would be the mountains, over by, let's zoom out here. Over by Sentinel Hill, over here in Moonbrook. These mountains, there's even a quest in here, the Thunder Burlock. There's this little stretch through the mountain pass. And there's a lot of guys we can kill there. They're right around level 13, I think. And again, the only problem is the server's fairly crowded, so there might be a lot of people killing them. But there's some caves I know of also that spawn very quick, that are good spots to farm mobs. And I'm probably going to have to go back and buy that wand, because if I am going to start farming, having the wand is really going to be very helpful. So let's grab this. So let's bite the bullet. Spend all that fucking 45 silver, which is a lot. I only have like a gold. I don't even have a gold. I only got 95 silver. But we can't worry about that. It's, that if you grind mobs, like I'm going to grind mobs, you'll make that money up really fast. So that's the way you have to look at it. Is just keep going, keep grinding, keep killing. Don't even think about the money. And one day you look in your bag and you're like, oh shit, I got a lot of money. So keep wanting to click on that naked chick. I don't know why. Why do I want to touch her ass? Anyways, so we need the wand. I think, what am I doing? Where am I? Hopefully someone put one in at a lower price, but they didn't. So we're looking at 46 silver. Looks like even some of them sold since I was here, I think. But we're going to buy that out, which I just... Ugh. That's a little bit pricey. But what can you do? And I would never been able to even afford that if that level 60 hadn't tossed me a gold over in Darnassus. So, thank God for nice level 60s. We've got our wand. I'm going to put this right here. Typically, I like to put consumables in the far left bag. it looks a lot better when I have all like 16 slot bags, but this is what we have, so we have to deal with it. I didn't grab my fishing pole, which kind of sucks. I actually would have liked to have had a fishing pole already. And wave to this guy, buff him up. Always wave and buff people up. If you're lucky, maybe they'll feel nice and feel pity for a level 12 and throw you some money. You never know. Being nice is always the best policy. I'm not sure if they killed the dragon, but this looks kind of like that event. There's the dragon's head, so yeah. I'm assuming that maybe they downed, what's his name? Okay, now, here we go. Got another rogue, lots of hunter. The level hunters always look like rogues to me. Only if their pet's not summoned. And buff her up, rogue. Hug. Buff this guy. Give him some love. He's a priest. Alright, so I'm going to head straight to Sentinel Hill. I may want to do some of these quests. Maybe Hogger, because Hogger's... Maybe I'll try Hogger. I think I can take him out at my level.